Ding ding ding. We're back for round 2 of the qualifiers to the Pakistan and Afghanistan region. One more opportunity for these teams to pick up a spot in the VCC playoffs. I'm excited to see which one really steps up to the mark because there are a few notable teams to talk about. So with no further ado, let's get into it. First up, we have Team Exploit Storm versus Team Perfectionists. This is going to be one hell of a matchup, and Perfectionists certainly will have to live up to their name because I'm sure Exploit Storm will be hungry for success after their loss in Qualifier 1. Now, as you can see on the veto screen, it's quite interesting that both of these teams actually choose to ban out the map of Haven. Now, what that does is it presents a challenge to either of these teams to not ban Haven and look towards the first pick of the either team to get a preferential ban out. For Exploit Storm, this could be bind, and for the side of Team Perfectionist, this could be split. I'm excited to see which team rises up to the occasion. When you take a look at the compositions both of these teams play from the quarterfinals, what immediately stands out to me is that first of all, we see that KO coming in from Exploit Storm on split, which makes me again believe that there is a strong reason for the side of Perfectionist to ban out split. You don't want to play against that agent, but also to add on, it's the fact that this composition is run with HSB coming in on the Initiators. A small roster change, but a known player coming in does stabilize the team to alert itself, and so I'm excited to see how Perfectionists can make their own composition with the older meta, the Omen, really shine, because it's going to be a tough task. For the head-to-head, we are going to take a look at Shooter versus Alan. Now, Shooter we've had a look at before. He's that standard duelist player, switches between Raze and Reyna as and when the team needs, and is flexible as necessary. Also has a playstyle to fit into the team. But if you look at the stats of Alan, despite not having too many first bloods, he's that Reyna only player who's able to pull out multi-kill after multi-kill, feasting on his enemies. So I'm excited to see how he can translate that against the Exploit Storm and all of the utility they bring to the table. Our second matchup is going to be Team Arrow versus MaxT, and this matchup is going to be so damn spicy, so damn close, because on one hand you have the finalists from Qualifier 1, Team Arrow. On the other hand, you have the youngest generation of stalwarts from the side of Pakistan and MaxT. It's going to be a clash for the ages. Now, if you look at the veto process for both of the teams, what I find really interesting is that MaxT naturally bans split and Arrow naturally picks split. So that process becomes very easier. I expect MaxT to continue on with their ban, and therefore, since MaxT will be banning out Arrow's map, I expect the same from Arrow for themselves, where they continue on their icebox ban. Now, what becomes interesting is which team picks up what map first, and with that, I think Bind is a very key map because we've seen Arrow be really good on it, and if MaxT picks it up, it could be a hotly contested map. Now, if you look at the comps for both of these teams, you'll notice that they play very similar styles, with the Sky priority very important for both of the teams. The only key difference between these comps is that Dexter prefers to play the Omen on MaxT, and on the other side we have the Astra coming through. So with the Omen, it requires a lot more aggressiveness, a lot more individual plays through your lurking potential to make something happen, because Astra, she just provides straight up utility to the table. So I want to see how MaxT is able to circumvent this controller versus controller battle. Now, what's really cool about this head-to-head is that both of the players we're looking at are the initiators of the team, Protagonist and Pokemon. Don't get them wrong, even though they are the initiators, you can see on the stats, these guys got the frags to back it up, and I'm excited to see how it pans out, especially when both of them end up playing Sky. It's just gonna be guiding light after guiding light, trailblazer after trailblazer, everything thrown at each other as they try to become the finalists. I think today's semis are going to be even spicier than we had in Qualifier 1, because all of these teams, not only do they realize this is their last chance, besides wildcard, but also that they have learned so much from Qualifier 1 itself. You expect a better version of them to come out, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, get the notifications bell on, because you don't want to miss a single second of these amazing teams in action.